Welcome back to Coffee Talk. Grab your coffee. Join us for our talk today. We're Keith and Terri.
Yes.
We talk about all things retirement. We talk about aging, all kinds of different things. And if you have something you would like for us to talk about, let us know in the comments and we'll talk about that as well. In fact, this is a subject that one of our viewers asked us to talk about.
And it's a subject I've never heard of before, so I was learning myself as we researched it.
So the topic is ageism a thing? And ageism is discrimination against a person because of their age. And many times, especially employers, they discriminate against age because they've got all these preconceived ideas of what an aged worker may bring to the table. Number one, they probably think they're stubborn. Oh, they're old, they're stubborn, they won't want to do things the way I want them to do. So
and probably can't learn very fast the new things that pop up every year. There's new, upgrades and stuff.
And they may think, well, they're 65 years old. They're going to retire here soon. I'm not gonna hire them. So there's all these things that people have preconceived in their brain. They may say, well, they're going to take so many sick days. I don't want to take them on because they're not going to be here half the time. Or they're not, like you said, they're not going to know how to work this technology. So we're not going to hire them. Or maybe they think, well, they're old, so they have to be slow. But let me tell you, my mother worked at McDonald's for 30 years, and she retired. She was 80 something when she retired, 86 or something like that. She worked circles around those teenagers because they had no work ethic whatsoever. But she has been a hard worker her whole life.
Never missed a day. Never missed a day.
Right. So there are so many preconceived ideas. And maybe you're a student. You have decided to go back to school. And there's all these teenagers in there, and then there's you. You may feel discriminated against. And I know where Keith worked, there was discrimination. It wasn't against age. It was against gender because mostly it was women.
Yeah. Probably about 95, 98% were women.
And so he got passed over for promotions time and time again. And it was because he was not a woman.
Yeah.
His gender was wrong.
But that's history. I don't think about it now, do I? Well, maybe a little bit now and then.
So it does happen.
It does.
And especially, after you retire, some people think, well, I'm going to go get me a part-time job. And you have trouble finding one because, well, they may think, well, they've got too much experience. I'm going to have to pay them too much money when you just want a little extra money.
Yeah.
And you get discriminated against because of your age. Now, is it illegal? Yes.
It is.
It is illegal. And an employer would never admit, we didn't discriminate you against your age. No, that's not why we didn't hire you. They'll never admit it. But it is a thing. Yeah. And it does
definitely is
happen.
A thing. And it's hard to prove, very hard to prove. You just, like in my case, you just have to go on and live with it and hopefully educate other people. And with the new laws coming down now, it's going to be harder and harder for them to discriminate. But
it's been our experience that older workers are actually better workers because they have a work ethic. I mean, Keith barely missed any days when he was working. I mean, he could be sick as a dog and he would still go in. Why? Because he did the payroll and people depended on him. And
when I retired, I had 200 sick days that was available to me. Of course, I didn't get paid for them. And then everybody would always say, Keith, you got to start using your sick days. Use your sick days. Because everybody else, they would always use I think we get I forgot how many it was now, say 7 days a year. And everybody, would always use them. And mine would just carry over. Every so often, I might use one or two. So finally, at that last, say 4 months, I said, I'm calling in sick today. I don't feel very good. So I still, I used about 2 weeks worth of sick leave, and I still ended up with over 150 days.
You might even be forced into retirement before you really want to or you're ready to, because they don't want an aging employee, because they can bring in a new person with less experience and pay them a whole lot less. And so they, this is their bottom line is in their brain. And so there are so many things like that happen all the time.
Yeah, and with AI coming out, where even like I see on Amazon, whatever, where robots, they thinking by 2035 or something like that, they're going to be laying off like 2,500 employees because they're going to have robots doing it. With AI, that technology, so many people I'm fearing, especially if seniors will be losing their jobs because they can get AI to do their job.
And especially a person that's been at their job for a long time, they're at the highest pay rate they've ever had. And they may want to work a few more years just to put money away for their retirement, and then they might be forced out before they want to, because they can bring in these robots and do the work faster. You don't have to pay them. You just have to maintain them. But it really is a thing. And if you have experienced this in your life, let us know in the comments and how ageism has affected you in some way.
And tell us your thoughts, in the comments. Tell us what your thoughts on AI and just robots. Of course, I watched what's that one movie?
iRobot.
iRobot.
It's scary.
And my first watch is that would never happen. But nowadays, you think, wow, it could happen.
And you see those robotic dogs; those things are creepy.
They're very creepy.
And I can see where they would be great as far as if there's a hostage situation or some dangerous situation, you can send one of those robot things in there.
In the military and stuff like that.
Right. But it's going to come down to they're going to replace people and their jobs. And
how scary is that?
It is. It really is. We appreciate you watching us today. And if you would like a coffee mug like ours, check out our merchandise. You can have a coffee mug just like this. And when we're having our coffee talk, you can be drinking out of your mug too.
No, it won't have YouTube on there.
It won't have YouTube.
We can't have that.
That is copyrighted, so we cannot sell it.
But it will have Retired and Loving It on it.
Yes, it'll be just like that.
Yeah, I like that. Give me a couple of them.
Retired and Loving It. So if you're retired and loving it too, and we also have shirts. Same thing without the YouTube, but it's just like this, Retired and Loving It. And you can walk around and people could know you're retired and you're loving it too.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us today, guys. We'll see you next time on Retired and Loving It. If you would like to see more of our videos, click the video that just popped up on your screen.